Hey, I have just happened across a couple Clitocybe nuda. This is a popular edible mushroom, does very well in the fall and winter time. The common name of it is the blewit. I love the fact that it is a blue-purple mushroom, especially when fresh. They're really attractive. So we have two other kind of purpley species that are quite common. One of them is Cortinarius violaceus, which is very dark in color. Another one is Laceria ochropurpurea, which is lighter than this mushroom in general. Laceria ochropurpurea is edible. Cortinarius violaceus is, some people eat them, but in general people avoid the Cortinarius genus. So at any rate, blewits are relatively common. They are a wood decomposer, but they do grow on the ground. So they decompose things like leaf litter in particular, so you know, they're not actually, I guess, you wouldn't find them growing on a log. You would find them in leaf piles typically. They are a classic cap and stem mushroom. They are this, when they're young, a very attractive purple color. As they age, they oftentimes take on sort of a brown color. I've got one over here I'm not going to handle, but it's just like a brown pancake of decomposed flesh. But you can see with this slightly older one, it's starting to take on some brown tones. The gills are tightly packed together. They look a lot like your sort of classic button mushrooms gills, so they're tightly packed. They're also not very deep. So I'm going to open the mushroom up. You can see that the layer of gills is relatively, you know, shallow. And that is a very distinguishing feature from Laceria ochropurpurea, which has these really big, deep, sort of chunky gills. So, you know, this is also one of the things that makes this an attractive mushroom is you get a very classic sort of like slice, you know, if you're into the mushroom cross-section look. So they are edible. They're not super remarkable, but they are pretty good. One of the things I do love about them besides the color is that they are one of the easiest mushrooms to kind of wild cultivate at home. So, you know, besides the color, the tightly packed gills, another distinguishing feature of this species is that they have a lot of mycelial mass that forms like right at the base of the mushroom. So you can see it right there. Sometimes the mycelium is more of a bluish color, but you get this like big fat base of the stem attached to you know, a clump of mycelium. So this mycelium is really robust. You can just take it with you and throw it in your backyard and hope. I'm not saying that this is foolproof, but I've been able to achieve it myself just with you know, a handful of blewits, threw them into a leaf pile, and I did get them for 2 years following. Their flavor is kind of earthy. It's not all that distinct, a little bit on the sweet side. So, you know, I think their main benefit or their main graces are their appearance and also the fact that they are pretty easy to identify. So if you're new to mushroom hunting and new to gilled mushrooms in particular, they can be quite challenging and there are a lot of them, but there aren't a lot of purple gilled mushrooms. So that's one of the reasons the blewit Clitocybe nuda is such a popular and well-loved mushroom worldwide.